You know, it feels like it's been a long time since I've put on a sweater and waders to go fishing, but this morning we're basically kicking off my fall trout season. Trout season is actually open essentially from opening day in April clear up until around February 20th the following year here in Pennsylvania. And there's different regulations on when you can keep stuff. And the stream that I'm fishing here is actually delayed harvest. I think you're not allowed to keep anything. I usually don't anyway. So I think it's only like June through September that you're allowed to keep stuff in delayed harvest areas. There's a handful of people that I've seen. The spot that I like to start at is a pretty good walk, and it goes past the spot where most people like to fish. Maybe I'll have the stream almost to myself, and maybe we'll kick off October with some trout. Okay, so you know, the sun's just coming up. It'll probably still be an hour or so before I actually get sunlight down here. You know, that was like a 20-25 minute walk. I did walk past 2 or 3 other people sort of in the most popular hole 15 minutes ago. Now the stream is a lot lower than the only other time I fished here. It's about 40-42 degrees out here. But we're going to give it a shot and see what happens. So we're starting with one of the new Euro tackle lures. This is pretty shallow, so I'm not going with any kind of crankbait that really dives down very deep, because even with this minnow, this is a suspending minnow, even with the minnow I'm dragging bottom a good bit. Now part of me wonders if I didn't screw up a little bit, because the spot that I really want to fish is upstream just a little bit. But the only other time I was here, somebody was fishing this spot. So I figured, well, I'll come down and start here and then just work upstream, which will take me back towards the truck. I feel like maybe I'll go claim just because the later it gets, the more likely it might be for somebody to come and fish a sort of well-known spot. So I think I'm going to go up there first. Ooh, caught some grass behind me on that one. Now the only other time I fished here like this, the water was way up to the moss on this rock, so the water is definitely kind of low right now. And so there's that. And it was also a lot more swift and turbid. You know, the visibility, like I really couldn't see hardly any of the rocks except for some of the big ones that sort of stick up and are dark. And my only other trip here did not get a video posted, because honestly I didn't feel like I did it justice, you know, with the one fish that I caught here, because it was just sort of a normal sized fish. This is what they call a Keystone Select stream. So it typically is known for, you know, a little bit bigger size fish. Oh, and there's the first one. There we go. Okay, first trout of the fall. Come here, come here. There we go. Here's a healthy fish. That's a healthy fish. go. There we go. Okay, first trout of the fall. Oh, there's another one. Oh, it might be a little bit nicer. Well, he's definitely running. That one might be a little bit nicer. It's funny, I can't do much to get him out of that current. I sort of want to get him out away from where some other fish might be. He just wants to get right back in there. Come on, fish. Definitely a nicer fish. Definitely a nicer fish. Man, he's got some fight to him. Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow, that was a nice fight. Oh, that is why I came up here. Whew. That is why I came up here. Okay. Let's see if we can get this. Hold still. Well, I tell you what, the fish was definitely pinned. Pinned very well. So I need my glasses to figure out where this hook is. It's like right behind his jaw. And then the other one was under the jaw. That might have been part of why he was so hard to get a hold of. Okay, there we go. That's a big fish. I mean, not my biggest, but definitely a nice fish to start off the year. Whew. That's the way to start off a day. That's 2 nice fish in like 10 minutes. So keep fishing this spot a little bit. Actually, it's sort of funny. I can still see that big fish right down there. Keep fishing this spot a little bit, and then we'll. I think maybe I'll move downstream. We'll see. It's funny because I didn't see either of those fish really come out and hit it. I mean, I saw them when the mouth opened. See that flash of white. Oh, I just saw. Yeah, that just confirmed there is more trout in there. I just saw one come up and hit something on the surface. Which he may not be after a minnow. Okay, it's the minnow. I think I'm going to go to a spinner now. Try one of those ARS spinners, and then I'll throw a spoon in here before I move on. Definitely seems to fire up pretty nicely even on a bad cast. My casting accuracy with light lures is not as good as it was at the end of the spring trout season for me. Oh, there we go. There's another one. This one's a little bit more normal sized. Still nice. Beautiful fish. Very pretty fish. Absolutely gorgeous. There she is. That's a beautiful fish. So that was just a few casts with this sort of olive green ARS spinner. So I'm actually hearing fish up this way. So I'm wondering if there's not a little pocket right here that I'm not aware of. See, there was another one up there. Look at it. Like, you had to have seen that, right? Just don't think the spinner is the right thing to get in there. There are definitely fish sitting right at the end of these rapids. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Maybe that's the next spot I hit, just since it's real close. But let's continue to fish this spot from a few different angles. Basically, what I figured I would do today. Wow, these spoons cast great for as light as they are. What I figured I would do today is just get brighter and brighter with the baits that I'm throwing, with the lures that I'm throwing. So, okay, let's put the first bait back on and let's move upstream a little bit. Okay, so the fish have definitely showed me that they're sort of in this run right here. Sort of the big question is, you know, is there any way for me to get one of them to bite? This is pretty shallow water here. It's not as shallow as I thought it was. That little section right there has some potential. Like I said, I know they're in there. What I don't know is, are they hanging out in there? Ooh. Are they hanging out in there, or are they on the move? I just saw one move. That was a bad cast. But it was close to where that other fish was, so could be somebody else there. There we go. Yeah, these guys are really more about, I think they're more about trying to get upstream than interested in feeding. And just in case it didn't show up on the GoPro, there are multiple pockets with fish like that. What I need to do is I think I need to find the deeper spots where they're not actively trying to press up. And see if there's any other fish I can pull out of here. And we've also given it a little bit of time to cool down, so I think it's time to go find a new hole. Keep working downstream. Oh, I just spotted another good sized fish out there. I definitely see one pretty nice fish out here, so it's just a matter of can I make... That one went right past him. Like, if he was going to bite, he probably should have hit it. Try it one more time. No, that's too far. Too far upstream. Maybe there's somebody else up here above him. Still drifted right past him. I don't even know that this is very deep, but I've been walking a while and haven't seen anything else that looks like it could have fish. So I've spent over an hour walking downstream trying to find the next good spot, you know, and I haven't found it. So I'm trying to figure out, like, do I keep going downstream and hope I come across that next good hole, or do I go back up where I started, fish upstream from there, knowing that I'm going to run into some other fishermen? But it's starting to look like right now with the water low, that might be, the next productive spot. And even if I can fish the tail into that, maybe I'll catch a few more fish. So I think I'm going to keep working downstream, looking for an easy way to get back up to the path, and then walk the path up to where I started. So wish me luck. Basically, if there aren't fish right down there, it looks like it's flat and I can head up. That looks like the trail up there. But this is another spot that looks like, it could hold fish. So I just cast in here a few times. But so far, most of the answers to places that could hold fish. Ooh. Well, I don't know if that showed up on video. The answer is yes, there are some fish right here. I just saw one. He sort of jumped. Now that doesn't mean that they're going to bite, but so I'll cast this a few times with this. Maybe I'll put on the spinner that worked earlier. And there's another one. The question becomes, is this spot like the other spot where I saw some fish? And they're here. That fish splashed right near where my line was, and so I may have startled him. Showing me where they're at, which probably is sort of like the equivalent of nah, you're not going to catch us. But the other side of it is, the last time I saw that kind of activity was right up from where I caught fish. So let's hope that there's a pool of some sort right down here, that one that I was pointing at, and we'll catch some fish. I mean, really, man, this is... It's going to be kind of crazy that basically I've gotten zero activity. I kind of like exploring. Not kind of, I really like exploring. like the exercise. I love seeing nature, but in the interest of catching fish, I probably should, in situations like this where there's a nice trail that runs along the stream, I should treat it sort of like the roads. When you see a little pull off that's well worn, that a lot of people go down to the water, maybe that should be the sign. And so some of these days I probably need to explore less, from trying to find my own spot, and just go where other people go quite often. So, quite frankly, it's how I started the day. The spot that I was fishing is not, like, if you know the spot, you know the spot. And, and it paid off. So I walked for a good hour and a half downstream, had fun, saw some nice sights, but didn't get a single bite the whole way. So, and the only one place I did see fish, they were in that pattern where they were in rapids and looked like they were pushing upstream. So, just weren't really in a feeding pattern from what I could tell. So, anyway, maybe I'll hit one or two more spots. We'll see if they're empty. You know me, I don't like to fish around other people that much. This is sort of meditation and solitude, unless I'm planning on going out with a buddy, right? So, but on a day like today, just sort of enjoying mostly being by myself. So, okay, I've been walking about 15 minutes to get back to where I started on the stream, and basically we'll just see if anybody's down here. And if they're not, we will take another go with this hole. Okay, so I went from olive green and silver to the trusty black and gold. We'll see if it's still got a nice follow. I saw a fish. He wants to eat. He absolutely wants to eat. I just can't get him to commit. See a handful of fish in there. There we go. There we go. That time he came and got it. Boy, this is a beautiful fish as well. I gotta get him out of that rock. So I was trying to work him around this side. Come on, get out of there, buddy. Man, is this a dark fish. Oh, there we go. Oh, long stretch. Whew. Oh, and he's already unhooked. He's already unhooked. So we can just get him out of there. There he is. Not a bad fish. Hey, at least we got another fish. Could have saved a bunch of walking. But honestly, maybe I wouldn't have seen the eagle then, you know? Ooh, that probably showed up on video. Ooh, I saw another one flash down there. They might be closer too, not only farther upstream, but closer in here, based on where that guy came from. Oh, oh, he barely touched it. That was a big fish. That was a big fish. I mean, I moved him. It's kind of weird because I saw those fish following from some other location, you know, it wasn't. Oh, there was a nice one. That one pulled out a nice fish. Oh, there we go. Oh, oh, he caught me off guard. Dadgummit. I tell you what, and they're starting to hit them a little bit lighter. You know, these last couple hits have not been the thumps that I had to begin with. This is kind of like a cross between the two things that I've caught fish on. Oh man, I got a couple fish to come out. You just didn't commit. There we go. Another pretty nice one, actually. Another really dark one too. I love these dark fish. I think he's actually got it like pinned in his mouth. He T-boned it. Oh, calm down. Jeez. He's a pretty nice fish, but he's just crazy. I think it's because I was able to land him so fast because of the way he had that pinned in his mouth. I gotta get the line from around him because he was rolling around so much. There he goes. Trying to get the line out of the way. Come on, buddy. Ugh. Here, that's a nice looking fish. Hey, so I think on that note, we're going to call it a day. What I land, 5 or 6. Hooked into probably 3 or 4 other ones that I didn't land. A couple of them I got into pretty good, got them up to the surface, and then they spit the hook. And a couple of them I just felt them and saw them. So I am so glad that September is over. I'm happy to get off to a good start in October, and I appreciate you coming along with me. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.